Hey everybody, Bonehead for the Bonehead podcast, and we've got a very cool unbox and review for you today. The Amazon team recently landed, and with it came a few brand new star players, and one of them in particular was very new because it was a race that I don't think we've really ever seen in Blood Bowl before, and that is of course the snake person, Boa Constrictor. And those cheeky guys at Greebo Games were, I don't know, I think this may have been out even before the Forge World one, but what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at the Greebo Games Asar the Mesmerist, the Snake Man star player. Okay, so Asar the Mesmerist is available on the Greebo Games website. This is where I bought it from, and it came in, I don't know, maybe 3 days? It was ridiculously fast. I ordered a bunch of the new star players and some of the new releases because I was excited because look at the model. 2, because, well, I wanted to see what they were like. So Asar the Mesmerist here, he's got a little bit of fluff, but you can see he is a snake man. They've done a beautiful job painting it. I think this is an actual paint job. A lot of their stuff is CGI, but this is beautifully realistically painted, and I think as we go through they may have a breakdown of the pieces. Oh, and they've even done a size comparison. Amazing. Well, I guess video over. Let's open the box. Okay, so Asar the Mesmerist, the not Boa Constrictor player, comes in a clamshell box, and if you haven't seen the Forge World unboxing of Boa Constrictor, the spoiler, it was not really a spoiler alert. I think there's 8, maybe 9 pieces. We've got Asar the Mesmerist. Now this has been printed in Greebo, which is their new material. I think it's their newer material. I'm not sure if, I think it might be their newest material. But it is essentially, if you've ever watched Star Trek, and you know how, they go up to the replicators and they're like, tea, Earl Grey hot. Well, if Greebo get an order, they basically go to this point in the wall and say, Asar the Mesmerist, Greebo, cold. And this model comes out in a monstrous 2 pieces, which I was very pleased to see. Okay, so let's have a look at the model and let's have a look at the sculpt. Can we scale? Let's zoom in a little bit and see if we can get a better shot of the quality. Now, this is Greebo Games, and like I said, it's Greebo. So when it comes to Greebo Games, there's a series of facts that are just facts. They're not opinions, they're facts. Their sculpts are brilliant. They are well executed. They're all a little bit stylistically aggrandized. They've got this cool kind of video game element to it, but it fits in beautiful with Blood Bowl. But you can always tell that the sculpting is excellently done, and the models are brilliantly produced as well. So we've got 2 pieces here, and actually you can see just a little bit underneath, you can see where they've been supported. And I think if we get a little bit of a zoom on the go again, let's see if we can get this to focus. There's a couple of support marks still there that I think is worth calling out, because the way they're produced, they're 3D printed. That's not going to work. So there are going to be a few support marks. Now, if you've seen any Games Workshop models, you'll know that you get flash, you get the resin pock marks, and you get the jersey barriers, I call them, the big blocks of resin on the bottom. This model here, again, I can't quite zoom in enough to get this on camera, but there's a couple, and I think it is genuinely just a couple of supports still on there. That is it. There we go. Let's bring this up. There we go. You can see. So right here, there is a teeny tiny support. And right here, there is another tiny support. Let's grab my clippers. I haven't had to prep this. I guess 2 things to call out here. This is a 3D printed resin, so it is a little bit brittle, but there's no prep. You don't need to wash it because it comes prepped, clean, cured, and you'll see we've got this little bit of 3D print support on, I've lost it now, just here, and I'm going to clip it off. There we go. That is now sorted. There's a bit of debris where I've clipped that off, but that's actually the model. That is it. You might want to have a look and see if there's any other teeny tiny supports on the model, but I mean, as you look at it, you can see that it is basically ready to go. And Games Workshop kits, any model kit, there's prep work. You have to wash resin, you have to clip the flash off, you have to scrape the mold lines. There's none of that with this. So it comes in 2 pieces, and you can see all the detail, which is beautifully represented. Let's let the camera catch up and get... Ooh, look at that definition. There we go. That model is beautifully cast / printed. There's a couple of bits of support, like I said, and it comes with 2 pieces. So let's mount the head on the model there, and it goes in perfectly. They've done a really good job. I don't need to clean this up. Do I need to clean this up? I might actually clean it up just a little bit. Now, when it comes to 3D printed resin, or any resin, like I said, it is a bit brittle. So if you mount the head in there, you can see that there's a little bit of a bump where it's not going all the way in. I'm going to destroy this model live on camera because I think it's the only appropriate thing to do. There we go. If you are working with resin, do so. Wear a mask, wear glasses, do it outside, wear a high-vis jacket, get life insurance. It's all very safe. Be very safe when using the model, because it's all very dangerous. There we go. So I have carved away a point of the skull, and there we go, get rid of all the debris. And now you can see that actually the head fits in basically perfectly there. So if you want it to fit flush, you'll have to take away a bit of the tab. That is a teeny tiny bit of work, and the model is done. So let's I'm going to glue his head in place, and then we'll have a look at some size comparisons. Okay, so with the model built, we're going to have a look at a couple of different size comparisons. Now, this is a strength 3 star player if you're going to be using him as a boa constrictor. So I've grabbed a strength 3 model. Let's use the zombie so we can compare the size. So there's a couple of really great things here. First of all, if you've got a 32mm base, this does come with a 32mm round base. It's just over there. So it does come with a base. You're good to go. It fits on a 32 base, lovely. From a height point of view, he is a little bit smaller than a zombie, I guess, from a height comparison, although he's got snaky frilly bits. Scales, also known as scales. Aha, there it is. There's another little bit of flash there. I love this model. I'm actually going to clean this up and before I paint it. So, strength 3, right, height, fine. Mass, beautiful. So, zombies are slight. That's what they do, right? This guy has got a ton of mass to him. He's not massive, but he is massive enough to be strength 3. I'll grab my strength 4 piece here, which is the Black Orc. And you can see that he's a bit smaller than the Black Orc, which is kind of where you want him to be, right? This is a strength 3 star player, or whatever you're going to use him as. I do recommend Snake Men as Dark Elves in Chaos Renegades teams. It just works. It's just a cool way to get a model out there. So, yeah, I do like that. So, Strength 3 works nicely. Now, we're going to compare him to the Forge World model here, because this is what you're going to be using him for, basically. Okay? $14.99, £30, or whatever it is. So, height-wise, Boa Constrictor has got the edge on Asar the Mesmerist. From a mass point of view, Asar the Mesmerist has got more mass than Boa Constrictor. So when they're opposite each other on the pitch, Asar is going to be a bit smaller than Boa if you are likely to have them opposite on the pitch. But what you've got here is a very solid representation of a Strength 3 Snake Man star player, and it's a lovely sculpt. Okay, so there you have it. Asar the Mesmerist, €15, star player. Looks like a lot of fun to paint. I'm going to find a cool 3D printed base and have this guy, I think, on a team somewhere. It's a great way to represent Boa Constrictor, and the size is perfect for a Strength 3, but I cannot stress how easy the model is to get to the pitch, okay? If you want to see what a resin version of this kind of model would be like, then do go watch the unboxing. There it is. Teeny tiny bit of support in there. And that's it. The model is now prepped. The model is now fully prepped. I don't need to wash it. I don't need to glue anything else. 2 pieces. I had 2 teeny tiny bits of flash to trim away, and it is now ready to go. All I've got to do is glue his face on, glue it to a base, and it is perfectly ready. Which, after building tons of other models with fiddly, finicky thumb pieces, this is wonderful. It is a beautiful star player, a beautiful painting project. and a very cool thing to have on your Blood Bowl pitch. So I love it. Greebo Games, Asar the Mesmerist. I'll put the link down below. But for now, I'm going to disappear. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy dodging. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the channel even further, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. Or come join us on YouTube members or in Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to some content, some loot, early access to basically everything we do, as well as regular competitions. Or you can pick up some Bonehead Podcast loot either on our website at boneheadpodcast.com. We've got the Dungeon Bowl things, we've got tokens and stuff like that, or on our Spreadshirt site as well. Everything you do just helps us make more content and hopefully do it of better quality. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy blocking.